Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. And since this isn't technically an official Redneck Radio, I'll do away with the rest of the intro. But joining me today is Irate Bear.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're wonderful and well today.
I just decided that after what happened yesterday, I wanted to at least come on and explain to those because I know a lot of you don't have Twitter. I gave a brief description of what happened on Twitter, but you know, yeah. What is it about Tuesdays? Did you notice that? That was Tuesday. And I wasn't able to stream the last Tuesday because of taking dad to the doctor. And the Tuesday before that was my wife's colonoscopy.
Well, I mean, what day did all my plug sockets stop working?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're asking me. I don't even remember. I don't remember how long I've had these socks on. Change them. But
hey, Mumbling Mercian. Hey, hello, Jen. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey to everybody in the chat. Hope you're having a good time. But there was a couple of things I wanted to get out of the way. Bear's not going to be here very long, and this stream's probably not going to be very long. My sugar's kind of acting up for one thing, so I'm going to have to make it a short one. And
redneck diabetic.
Yeah. Mama Minnie. Hey, baby. Yeah. If you're able to listen, you'll hear what's happened. She was furiously helping me trying to get the situation fixed yesterday, and we just couldn't do it. So yesterday, oh my gosh,
all my troubles seem so far away.
I wish they did. Yesterday was not a good day all the way around. First of all, I wake up, and before I've even got the sleep out of my eyes, I log into the computer, and lo and behold, what the heck is this crap that's supposed to be Twitter? Which I'm not going to get into that yet, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, oh my God, I'm like, oh, what is this? I don't even know how to use this. Where do I start? What the heck? So I'm already upset at that. And then about 10:30 in the morning, my power goes out. The whole neighborhood went out. According to the outage map, it affected about 1,200 people. So the whole neighborhood was out. And even though the outage map said it was going to be out for 2 hours, they got it back on in about an hour. And I'm thinking, good, this is just in time for me to get the stream all set up, and I'll be ready to go. So I go through my process, and I'm a creature of habit, and there is a process that I follow to the T every time of getting my streams ready to go. And, I always try to get it up on YouTube and set by 2 hours ahead. And at 1:45, I start making cigarettes for the stream, so I'm not excusing myself and going to make cigarette all the time. And I got that done. And at 2:00, I opened the watch page, and I got that done. And at 2:15, I always send out a tweet on Twitter saying live in 15 minutes. You know that, Bear. And with the link. I had just typed out the tweet and went to send it, and it wouldn't send. I'm like, what the heck? And I looked down at the modem, and the modem, if on my modem, if everything's working fine and you got internet, there's 4 lights on. We're only 2 lights on. I'm like, oh crap, son of a gun. So I get a hold of Mama Minnie because the internet's still technically in her name. I haven't figured out an easy way to switch it yet, but I pay the bill every month. And she's helping me, from even though she's all the way in Michigan and she's at work. I'm like, don't worry about it, baby. But I know her; she's not going to listen, and so she's on the website with the cable company trying to get them to fix it and everything. And it finally comes down to, well, I had to set up an appointment, and then of course they couldn't come out till the next morning. Well, crap. By that point, I'm giving up. I'm just going to go. I think I hit you on Twitter and said I'm going to take a nap. Give up. By the way, people, I did let Bear know on Twitter on my phone. That does not mean I downloaded the Twitter app. It's still not on my phone. I logged into the website from my phone to let him know so he could let you guys know. But
I did
anyway,
tell them.
yeah, I figured you did. Anyway, so they're due to come in to get here at between 8 and 10 o'clock in the morning. They won't set a more set time than that. They never do. We'll be there sometime in that time frame. Well, the guy shows up at 7:45 out front of my house.
Early.
Yeah, early, which I appreciate. I'm like, cool. He's early. So, my front door won't open. So I walked out there to his van to tell him, hey, you're going to have to come around back, dude, because the front door don't open. And besides, I think I know what the problem is, because I sat and got to thinking they were mowing the grass. The landlord was mowing the grass right when that went out. So I went out and looked. And here's what happened to my internet. The landlord, unbeknownst to him, somehow got his lawnmower tangled up in the cable and pulled it offside the house and then ran over it. Good Lord.
Oh, dear.
God help him. I know he didn't know it, because he's not the type of guy to do something like that and then not tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, Lord, now this is going to cost me, because it's not the cable's problem. They didn't do it. It wasn't their problem. And anyway, I go out to the van. The guy's on his cell phone, but he takes it away and talks to me. He says, oh, I'll be right up there. He says, I'm really not supposed to start yet because I'm here early. They get mad if I start early. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll be sitting on the back porch drinking coffee when you get done. So he comes around there, and he immediately spots the problem. And he says, oh, this is easy. I'll fix that. And he starts splicing it. So it ain't going to cost you nothing. I'm like, cool.
Nice.
Very good. So we get to talking. Come to find out, in his off time, he's a Twitch streamer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, young guy, I'm guessing in his early 30s, probably somewhere around your age. And so I said, well, I'm a YouTuber, small channel, but that's what I am. He goes, oh, really? He says, what are you talking about? So we get to talking about what kind of content I do and all of that.
And he went, oh, you're a Nazi. Okay.
No. He was like, and of course, in the process, AOC gets brought up, and man, he starts going off on AOC and how stupid he thinks she is, and the whole thing. And I'm like, this dude thinks like I do. Anyway, he gets done, and even though he's done, we stood out in the yard and talked for at least an hour after he was finished about all just politics and YouTube, and and he gave me some tips on OBS and all that, because I was talking to him about YouTube's going to end the Hangouts here pretty soon. Anyway, long story short, as he's leaving, I finally reached out, grabbed his hand, shook, and I said, dude, man, I'm keeping you from your work. I know I am. It's thank you very much. You've been very good, very kind. In the process, while we're standing out there talking, some guy down a few houses down walks out in his yard, takes a glass bottle, tosses it all the way across the street, and breaks it on the paved parking lot across the street from him, and then walks away like it's nothing. Like, yeah, I do that all the time. The guy looks at me, goes, did he just do what I think he did? I said, yeah, welcome to white trash heaven. He's like, well, I used to live in this neighborhood and it wasn't that bad. And I said, well, I've lived here most of my life. So, but anyway, as he's leaving, he says, what was your channel name? And so I tell him, and making sure to tell him there's an E in the middle, because everybody forgets the E. And he says, well, when I get off work today, I'll give you a subscribe.
You just doxed yourself, by the way, to that gentleman.
To what gentleman?
To the guy you were talking to.
The cable guy. He's cool. He's cool, man. But we had a nice long conversation, and I got a subscribe out of it. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Bloodwing shilling IRL.
So yeah, it was, and it didn't cost me anything, which I didn't sleep hardly last night because I was so worried. Oh man, this is going to cost me, and I don't have much extra money left. Trying to save what money I got to to fix my truck, and yeah, so it had a good ending.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Bloodwing's back online, people.
I got to find a way to talk to my landlord about it though, without sounding like I'm saying, "Hey, stupid, you ran over the cable," so that he's careful not to do it again.
But do a ranting monkey, you know. And Monkey used to have the Dear Dumbass
Yeah.
series. Basically, just write a letter, say, Dear Dumbass.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I think what he did, because the cable was underneath the side of the siding on that side of the house, because it has to travel the length of the house to make it to where the front room is, and then it goes through the wall. And I think that he got too close to the house with his riding mower. The tire caught hold of the cable underneath there, and rubber on rubber, because the cable's kind of rubber on the outside. It just yanked it down, and then he ran it over. So I have to warn him, like, be careful.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, the guy done his best to try to pick it up and put it up out of the way a lot better than it was before, So hopefully it won't happen again.
Well, at least you got it back, and fairly quickly.
Yeah. It only took overnight. Like I was telling you, though, man, you don't know how much you miss the internet until it's gone.
Yeah.
Both my wife and I were sitting around here twiddling our thumbs, like, what do we do? There's no internet. We got nothing to do. What do we do? I ended up, because I do have games on my computer, I don't need internet to play, and actually played a few hours of RimWorld. Hadn't touched that for a while. So,
well, I mean, I had it last week where all the plug sockets in my house, on Thursday just stopped working altogether.
Yep.
Even though I still had power, I didn't lose power completely. I just obviously I couldn't connect to the internet, because every time I did, or every time I tried a new socket, everything would just completely cut out. And they had an electrician come round who finally arrived around midnight, who couldn't find what the problem was.
Yep.
At first, he thought it was my PC. And I was like, oh, no, it's not my PC. It wasn't my PC. We did a bunch of appliance checks. He couldn't figure out what the issue was. And he said, sometimes these things happen and you just need to give it a minute. He compared it to, how can I describe it now? He described it as like getting something stuck in a Hoover pipe.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it just needs to turn the suction off and just let it wobble out. But I'm like, it's electricity, though.
Yeah. So is that like the electrician's version of rub some dirt on it?
Well, no. It is electrician's version of just, go bed and wake up and see what happens when you wake up. And of course, when I woke up, everything was functioning again. Everything. It didn't flip again. And I turned everything on one by one as I was so concerned about it. Like I was treating the electricity like it was a person that was asleep, and if it woke up, it'd jump out and bite me. So I was sneaking around the house, ever so gently turning the plug sockets back on, going, oh,
yeah,
okay. Then sneaking over to the next one and turning those on. And finally, I got around to doing it on my PC, and it didn't go out again. So I was a very happy chappy. Yeah. But obviously, last night you had those issues, and then I started up a stream because I was going, wanted to do a Subnautica stream, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, hold on a minute. Subnautica used to work on my PC. Like Below Zero, I was like, because I tried to load up Below Zero, and Below Zero, they're still making the game. It's still in alpha. So I was like, right, okay. So the last time I played it was in January. So maybe it's an update that's just messing with Windows 10 or something like that, So I gave up on Below Zero and tried to load up the first game. And then that wouldn't work. I was doing all different things. I was dropping the graphic settings. I was like, hold on a second. I never used to have to do this with the first one. You know, like I've got a decent PC. I've got a 1070 in my computer with a fairly new motherboard. You know, I was like, I never had to down the graphics, and I used to stream Subnautica all the goddamn time. You know, and so I stopped the stream, and I was talking to Push Button, you know, who was in the Discord at the time, talking to me, telling me to do different things. And in the end, I Googled it. Like I Googled it about 20 times. And I finally come across this like dead thread with one question and one reply. And it was like, and the reply was from a guy who used to work for Dell. It was like, oh, mate, hello, Push Button. There you are. Thank you for trying to help me yesterday. The guy from Dell was like, oh, hi, I used to work for Dell. Just turn off your CPU's integrated graphics card. It shouldn't matter. And I was like, will that not break my PC? So I did it anyway. And lo and behold, it started working again. At freaking midnight. It took me ages to figure out what the issue was. The problem is that Unknown Worlds, when they made Subnautica, and obviously thanks again to Push Button for explaining this to me, the Unknown Worlds developers of Subnautica have actually get taken the piss out of because of this by other developers. Their games can't like tell the difference between a CPU and a GPU. Like apparently most games, when you load them up, they'll just lean on the GPU automatically, but not Subnautica though. They just go for whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So in the end, like Subnautica itself, if you load it up, sometimes it might, you know, just auto select the CPU, and it's really resource freaking heavy. Like they never optimized the first game, and the first game I'm fairly sure is fully released. It's a fully released game. But yeah, I got it sorted. But by the time I got it sorted, there was no point. So
yeah, that's kind of late. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, you know how you get after he was here. About an hour later, I get that automated phone call wanting to know how their service people did. You know, so you got to answer a survey.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And I gave him glowing. I gave him the highest marks I could because
he'd probably get a nice little bonus because you gave him that.
Yeah. So yeah. But really nice young man. I talked his ear off. My wife was fussing at me because you're talking his ear off. Leave the young guy alone. I said, well, of course I talk. That's why I'm a streamer. That's what I do. I talk.
And yes, Viper, I did see the lightning last night. Oh, it's amazing last night, Bloodwing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when I finally gave up, I watched some anime for a bit, and then I got in bed. And that's when like the rain had started, but I could hear the storm getting closer and closer. And I got in bed, and then the lightning. Oh, it was amazing! It was like a freaking disco in my bedroom. It's crazy, and it was super loud.
We're used to that here. That's 2 or 3 times a week here.
well, I love that kind of weather, you know. And I was like, yeah. I opened the windows a little bit, you know, because let nice cool air into the bedroom. And I get a text off VB because VB was at work at the time, and she's like, "Is the gazebo still in the garden?" We've got like a cheapo plastic gazebo thing you can buy from the local supermarket,
right? That
you just put up, and you just like you stab it in just like a typical tent. And she was like, "It might have blown away." And I was looking out the window. I was like, "No, it's still there. It's still there. Don't worry about it." But actually, there's a house near me. It's like within 100 meters of my house. Was actually hit with the bolt of lightning.
Oh,
yeah, and that's why I could hear all those fire engines.
It's a wonder it didn't knock your power out.
Well, I mean, by that point, I didn't need it. I was in bed.
Yeah, but it's a pain in the butt having to go around and reset all them clocks.
But that doesn't do it for me.
Oh.
No, well, I've got the internet. Everything's connected to the internet. It does it automatically.
Well, aren't you just la-di-da?
Well, yeah, I'm not a boomer.
When I used to, years ago, when I used to sell cars, I had a clock. It was a battery operated clock. No, it wasn't. It's a plug-in clock. But it sat on my desk at the dealership. And it was somehow connected to the atomic clock, you know, the one that they keep the world's time with, you know.
Yeah.
and every once in a while it would reset itself and it would just go crazy. Oh, the hands would move all by itself. It was analog. And I'd get customers saying, your clock's going nuts. Yeah, it does that. Don't worry about it. It's just resetting. But hey, Otterface and Badger, I seen you out there. Just hadn't had a chance. Which, by the way, this reminds me. I did want to give a shout out to Michael Weiner, who sent me a donation that I didn't notice until afterwards during the premiere of the last episode of Redneck Track. And thank you, Michael, if you're out there listening, for the donation. Said episode 7 was really great. Thank you. Thank you for watching and liking it.
Am I coming through okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But
just noticed a little bit of a sloop in my internet.
Okay, so the new Twitter.
It's cancer, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Didn't know you were a Valley girl.
I logged into that. First of all, if you don't know, and for those that don't have Twitter, it looks like a Facebook wannabe. It automatically defaults you to top tweets, not the latest tweets. So you're not even seeing all the tweets of your friend. And it doesn't tell you it does that unless you notice it.
Have you noticed that you keep having to click the home button?
Yeah.
For it to just go to the top of the page?
If I want to see new tweets, I have to keep clicking the home button to like refresh it.
Otterface has come back to Twitter. You'd come back now, wouldn't you, when it's awful looking?
Yeah, and I'm like, this is not a step forward. This looks like some touchy feel, and that's exactly the sense I get out of the way it looks. Like it's all touchy feely, like some overly zealous person is hugging me without my permission. Like, get off me.
It was designed by 3 women.
I know. I see the picture.
Twitter, so you know they're progressive as fuck. Like,
and to look at them, I'm not surprised this is what we come up with. And then there's other parts of it that's like they want to make it the next Snapchat or something. You know, like, have you noticed when you like a tweet and you click on the little heart? Mm-hmm. When you click on it, these little fireworks go off around the heart. I thought I was going to puke the first time I seen that. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't like the notification thing on there now. If you go into notifications, obviously it'll go through to that page. I don't like DMs either.
No.
Like, you used to be able to just click notifications and then reply or quote to a tweet, and then you would be straight back in notifications. But now when you do it, it takes you to your tweet and you've got to back up into notifications. Like I missed a few replies to me earlier. There's only one good thing about the new version, right? And that is it allows me to switch between accounts without being really spurgy. Because before, in order for me to switch accounts, I'd have to log out and then tap the username bar in the top right. But that wouldn't work first try 9 times out of 10. So I'd have to click it really aggressively, or refresh the page and then try clicking it aggressively and then logging in. But I can switch accounts now a lot better. So I'm happy.
Well, there's that, but it only defaults to giving you the top tweets, not all the tweets. And I was noticing, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing half these conversations. They're not making sense to me. What am I missing? And why am I missing tweets? And then I noticed up at the top, it said the latest, or it said home. So next to that, and if you have Twitter and you haven't figured out that it's doing it, it's like every time you come on a YouTube stream now, you got to switch it manually to live chat so that you see all the chats.
Have you also seen the new thing, please be respectful?
No.
Where if you actually pull up your stream, and it should say it when you pull up your stream in the chat, please be respectful. It says it at the bottom of comment sections now as well. And YouTube is now straight up deleting people's comments.
Oh, like they're
not even going to my spam folder anymore.
I ran into that on, I watch those music reaction channels, and there's one guy I really like, goes by the name of Soul Train Bro. And I love his reactions. They're very honest. They're not put on like a lot of these guys. They're like, "Oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever heard." Shut up. I agree with you, but come on. But I was trying to leave a reply on a recent video of his, and it kept deleting my comment. And I knew it wasn't him doing it.
Yeah.
And then I figured out why. It's because I had the word redneck in it.
Yep. You can't have the word redneck.
I'm like, oh my God, seriously, that's what I am. But yeah, back to the Twitter thing. If you want to change that to seeing, if you have it and you haven't figured it out yet, because it doesn't tell you about it, doesn't tell you how to change it. I just happened to be clicking around on stuff to see what it did. At the top of your screen, just to the right of center, there's like these little star looking things. If you click on that, then you can click it to show the latest tweets. Only problem is, just like YouTube Stream, you have to change that every time you log into Twitter. Every time, because it will default back to just the latest tweets.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it I like. DMs, it used to just pop up a pop-up that you could talk them DMs in and then click that off and you'd still be where you were at. No, it takes you to a whole different page now. Don't like it. There's not a thing about it I like. Nothing.
Like, again, I hate it except for this switcheroo thingamajiggy.
Yeah. And everybody knows, it's been on the internet. If you got a window open and you want to close it, what do? You hit the X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the X at? Always.
Top right.
Top right. Not so anymore. On Twitter, if you click on like a picture or a graphic or whatever, and it does still pop out a pop-up for you there. And the first time I did that, I went to close it, and there's no X in the top right. It's in the top left. I'm like, seriously, what the heck? I mean, I know that's piddly stuff, but it's just added onto the whole. I have not seen one person that said they liked it. Not one person.
I got to go onto Twitter and just say that and then get dogpiled by everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's awful. Oh my gosh. And Jacob's out, my son's out in the chat. He knows that I'm not a touchy-feely person, and I have problems with overly zealous, happy people. I've got nothing wrong with being happy, because I try to stay happy all the time.
Don't worry.
You know the kind of people that I'm talking about. They're always over just, oh, it's such a good day and I just love you, and they kind of touch you.
Spread some positivity, okay?
Like, get away from me. And this new Twitter makes me feel like that when I log in. I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't give you permission.
Bloodwing needs to give you permission for you to be happy. Remember that, folks.
Yeah.
You mean old man.
I'm just told there are a few things I do like, where if you're on your main feed and you're reading stuff and you flip over to notifications to see a notification and come back, it puts you right where you left off reading your tweets. I do like that. But my only hope is that they see all the complaints and they switch it back, but just keep the things that were nice and good. I don't remember anybody asking for this out of Twitter. Come on, people. Sucks. But
guys, remember, everyone needs to tweet at Bloodwing tomorrow morning, so telling him to have a wonderful day. We've had lots of smiley emojis.
Oh Lord, I logged in after I got the cable back up today, and I logged in after all that time not being able to get on. I had like 30 DMs, which is a lot for me. Like, geez.
Hope your internet's okay.
Yeah. Well, yesterday when I figured out how to log in on my phone on Twitter, I went to your DMs and all I'm seeing is question marks. Like, where the heck are you? dude, I can't get on. But yeah, hopefully next Tuesday nothing happens, because I'm hoping that anything that can happen on Tuesday has already happened now. I've experienced it all, and it can just go to heck away.
Well, you got Saturday. Are you not doing Rednet Radio tomorrow?
Yeah.
You had a break?
No, I'm still gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this wasn't meant. This here today is not meant as a replacement for yesterday, because I'm a believer you can't go back and get it back. But this was just to let people know, because I know not everybody has Twitter, to let them know just exactly what happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
And
you have a community tab, don't you? Or do you not have access to it?
I do not have community tab yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what it takes to get qualified for that, but whatever it is, not yet.
I forgot what the what you need to do in order to have the merch shelf on your channel. You seen those on people's videos where they have the merch just below the video?
Yeah.
It's called a merch shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know what you need to have that.
Oh, hey, Corey. Long time no see, dude. Good.
Speaking of YouTube's changes and stuff like that, for the last, I don't know, how long has it been going on for? Let me just do a quick check. This isn't me complaining, right? Before anyone says anything.
Yep.
So just give me a moment, because I need to get when it started.
A moment 1,000, 2 moments 1,000. Oh.
Did it start on the 12th of July? It must have started before then.
Yeah.
For over a month now, surely. Yeah, it must be well over a month now. I've been losing subscribers every day. Like, my social blade is looking all kinds of red. Now, if that's the case and people are just unsubscribing, then okay, whatever, right?
Yeah.
All good. People not liking my content, people changing their opinions. They don't like what I do. I stream too much, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But could it also be that YouTube is like yeeting people from my channel, or are they purging dead accounts?
Oh, but that doesn't happen, Bear.
Well, the thing is, when they shut the fuck up, BG.
And Sarah, that can't be, because I have over 1,000 subs, and I've never had a strike on my channel ever.
When they do the sub purge, it's usually on a day. It doesn't last for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So I did send YouTube a message via the contact YouTube thing, and asking them. I was saying, asking them, yeah, am I just like not producing content people want to see, or are you guys just yeeting people from the channel? Because I'd like to know. Yeah, I was edging closer and closer to 44,000. Now I'm edging closer and closer to 43. I've
Clinton
lost
Whitaker,
well over 200 subscribers.
The Reader's Digest version is, my landlord ran over my cable wire yesterday, 15 minutes before the stream. So, yeah, but we got it fixed now. He ran over it with the lawnmower, but yeah. Bear.
That's my name. Use your own.
Yeah. I know you're not going to be on here long, or you didn't intend to. Did you want to take a minute to? I know you were.
Yeah, I didn't want to stick around on the stream for too long, because it's not official. It's not official Rednet Radio.
That's right.
Boris Johnson is now the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Not my Prime Minister.
Not my Prime Minister. That's right. Boris Johnson is the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Now, a lot of people aren't happy with this. I mean, I wanted Dominic Raab to eventually win and become our Prime Minister. I didn't get my way, but I'm just a bit disappointed, and that I'll have to deal with that shit,
Right.
Now, naturally, in the current year, and with the UK only being a couple of years behind America in terms of social aspects, but there's a lot of spurgeoning going on. Now, if you were to criticize the man for the things that he's done and said, then yeah, that's cool by me. I don't care. He has done some shady things, and he does act like a freaking buffoon. That's why I didn't want the man him, because it was, you know, he looked, the man himself looks ridiculous.
He does.
You know, he talks. I could barely understand him when he's talking. He's like,
And what is it with hair today? I mean, Trump's hair. I mean, what more can I say? I mean, come on. It's been a joke since long before he got in politics.
He's like an obese discount Trump, you know. He pulls some weird faces, you know. But the thing is, at the end of the day, like he did a very, very good job as the mayor of London. You know, much better job than fucking Sadiq Khan did. People were kicking off. Like, if you wanted to criticize him for different things, you know, saying, oh, you know, the guy's a buffoon. You know, he said this, he said that, his policies are this, blah, 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 then fine, right? But if you're going to sit there on Twitter and create a new hashtag, not my prime minister.
Yes, he is.
Retweet if you agree.
Look, and I'll tell them the same thing I told all the not my president people in 2016. Yes, he is. You may not like it, but he is.
Like, I get it, right? I don't like Boris Johnson either, but he is my prime minister.
Yeah.
And like, if somehow we end up with a general election and Labour somehow wins and Jeremy Corbyn becomes my prime minister, you know, then he will be my prime minister. I will hate it, and I will not stop screeching about it if it happens. But he is my prime minister. He will be my prime minister if he does get elected. Literally, my prime minister.
Real quick, hey, dude, 77. I would do that, except I'm not planning on streaming very long. This was just an impromptu, quick come in, say hello, touch base with everybody, and then pick up with regular tomorrow. My sugar's actually acting up pretty bad, so I don't feel like I could sit here and stream very long. Yeah, I mean, when Obama was first elected, there's a bunch of right-wing idiots that come out, said, he's not my president. And I'm like, even then, you know, and I'm a conservative. I was like, yeah, he is. You may not like it, but he's your president. Legally and binding, he's your president.
Yeah. There's nothing that you can say that's going to change that.
Yeah, wishing it wasn't true will not make it go away. You know, it just is what it is, you know. But yeah, I've seen all the Spurgeon. I've seen you talking about it on Twitter. I'm like, well, you know what I tweeted you, like, welcome to the other side of the looking glass. We went through this in 2016.
Like, I was getting quite used to the left, or, you know, the centrists, and of course the virtue signaling middle class in this country. I was getting used to them, you know, being the spurgy, screeching dribblers that they are. You know, like, you see me quote tweet them all the time.
Yeah.
I've even made videos on them. You know, how they acted when Trump came over both times. You know, and how they defeated Trump with their Trump balloon. But to actually see hashtag not my insert leader is, you know, you can go tweet at Sophane and say, guess what? It's 2016 again.
Yeah.
Say that these arguments count now because it's the new 2016. Just turn that 9 upside down. Oh dear.
Yeah.
What I find most amusing about all this, although he has renounced it, Boris Johnson was born in the same city that your president was born in. He's American born. He's renounced his dual citizenship back in 2017. I don't know why. I just saw the article earlier because someone mentioned it to me. I've not read into it.
There might be some legal reason.
There's probably like some arbitrary bullshit reason, but yeah, he's American originally. Like,
so you got an American in the palace, and you've got an American as prime minister.
Yeah, both his parents are British anyway, and they were like, I think they gave birth, you know, in New York. I guess he has had dual citizenship. I I guess, can you not be prime minister without?
I don't know. There might
also-
be something to do with that. I don't know.
I don't know. But he renounced it, so he's still American born though, you know.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has like similar hair to Trump, you know, things like that. It just amuses me. Like he's because Trump pretty much endorsed him, like unofficially, you know, just saying that he likes Boris Johnson and he thinks that he'd be a good leader for the UK. It's not an official endorsement as such, but he has pretty much backed him. He's said it several times now. He's said it in the newspapers. He said it on Twitter, you know. So maybe we're gonna have that closer union, folks.
Yeah.
And Boris is somehow going to sell the NHS to Trump. I don't know how he's going to do this, folks, but he's going to do it apparently. And we should all watch out for that scary chlorinated chicken that the Yanks are going to sell us. Like that's a genuine argument you see from these bloody Ramona idiots.
Well, Bear, I know you wanted to not be on here very long, and
yeah,
I'm going to have to run because, well, to be honest, I got to go poop. So
it needs a poo, people.
I need a poo, and it's pretty urgent at the moment.
Darling.
You don't want to hear me poop myself on stream, or maybe you do. I don't know. Might get some subscribers out of that.
You might.
But anyway, guys, I wanted to give everybody the heads up on what happened to me yesterday. You know, and don't worry about it. It was unavoidable, but you know, I know that it was without too much word because I didn't know they were going to run over the cable. But anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. I just wanted to make a real quick thing.
Hashtag not my dad. That's not very nice.
You can deny it all you want to, Bubba, but every time you look in a mirror, you know that's not true. Got you there. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for popping in on such short notice and supporting the stream and so forth, like you always do. And but we're going to go. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Bear?
Yeah, yesterday on iRate Alex, I released a very short, around just under 5 minutes video of a new series I'm calling Gag Ads, where I do voiceover commentary on advertisements or commercials. Guys, if you haven't watched it yet, please go check it out. The link is in the chat. There you go.
Go do it. Anyway, please be sure. Yes, Redneck Radio is on schedule for tomorrow at 2:30 EST. So join us then for a more proper stream, if that's your thing. Anyway, till then, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.